Signs say no.
We're the only badass novel bitches around. So.
Oh, there we go.
If I'm good to go.
Then, when the music is broken off,
yeah, you're supposed to like. There you go.
I'm so excited for this! Flower bookmarks. These are so pretty.
We all got different designs. Mine is bamboo with like.
Oh my god,
that was an exciting adventure.
Welcome back.
Hi,
Yes.
thank you so much.
We have Erica Bauermeister. Welcome, guest author Kayla tonight. Special guest. Only a lot of Tana guests tonight. Jess Lowry, right here with us tonight. Welcome, Asha. We're so excited.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Hey, bitches.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Happy book finale.
Oh, and what a finale it was.
What a finale. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to talk about it. We're going to wait till everybody gets here, but we are here for the finale of the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Not vampire slaying, no matter how many times Desiree tries to say it that way. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I love this book. I can't wait. We got a lot going on tonight, bitches. All right, who's with us? We have Katrina and Caitlin. Sorry, I always do that. Jessica, Anissa. Rebecca's back with us. Taking over for Des. She's going to be out of a job soon. You could just show up for me in a few weeks when I have to be off work.
Yeah, I'll get sick of me before then. I promise.
I doubt that. Although I do miss Desiree and Anna bickering. Gotta say.
That is
I mean,
what
I
we're
have
missing, isn't it?
Snarky. I need to.
It was a weekly
I have
highlight.
food here. It's just not soup.
We got Anna's old background back.
I was gonna say it is looking very bloody behind
Because somebody was asking about it.
you.
I like it.
Yeah, it was me. I kept
I wanted
asking
to-
and bugging.
The only
I
thing
wanted
is
to put
because of the
background
angle of the
that-
computer, it doesn't look like the picture doesn't look super clear. But
Oh,
it's like Dracula's castle
Oh, I like it.
with like
Oh,
bats
that's cool.
and stuff all flying around. But
How fun! Welcome, Ashley and Tana.
you get what you get.
Hi,
You don't
bitches.
get
Welcome,
upset.
welcome. You get what you get. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Right before we started, I was trying to stuff my face. Like, if this just hits as soon as I'm like, I'm going to die. All right. Turn down my sound. Okay. I'm sure we'll still have a couple more popping in a little late, but we will start discussing our finale. And hello. Okay. So, tonight we have to finish discussing the book. We're going to do our bitches ratings. We're going to cast our characters, and we have our giveaway for this box. And no, I did not order a hissing cockroach, although I wanted to send to somebody. Not everybody would appreciate that as pet, so didn't go with it. Hello, welcome. All right, you guys. So we can hop right in. Almost hit myself in the eye. We finished this book. Oh God, where did we leave off again last week? Do you guys remember?
I feel like
They had just
so much happened.
cleaned up. Last week they had just cleaned up and left the house. Was that last week?
They
Like they had just found the body in the attic.
Yes.
Oh, you mean like where they're cleaning the stairs, shampooing?
Yeah, so a lot has happened since then. Ooh. So Anna, when did you finish the reading for this week? Did Anna freeze?
Frozen? I think she's
I think
frozen.
She froze, like sitting patiently waiting for us to get started.
I think
Hopefully
I finished Friday.
Okay.
And I was so antsy. Because I'm like, I don't, because there was so much in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like forget certain things
Yeah.
unless they come up. So hopefully certain things come up. We'll see.
Ooh, yeah, hopefully. See, this is when you gotta like take notes or like
I
just type it
know.
into the discussion post.
Even like I'm like, oh, that's something gonna be so little and simple. I'll remember it. And I don't realize life happens and things flood my brain.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Well,
Ugh.
we'll see.
I
Rebecca,
picked up
did you
another
finish
book. I finished on Wednesday and like early Wednesday, and I picked up another book to try to like distract myself, and I just couldn't. I was
Yeah.
just so focused on this one.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I watched a lot of TV this week.
Oh, there you go.
I was like,
Time to
just
catch
like
up with
let my
TV.
brain melt for a few days.
Yeah.
Never. It's okay. Every
See,
so often.
Anna read last Sunday. That's why I wanted her to say it. So, like, was it Sunday? I think so. I think she got off and just like did all her reading that night and just like finished it. I was like, that's gonna be a really long week. She's like, it is. I need to talk about it. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna finish reading until the end of the week, but you can talk to me about it if you want. So she did. So I already knew it was coming when, kind of before it went down this week, but I finished all my reading today. So anyways, Anna was the fastest, I think, this week of everybody except for the cheaters who finished it all last week because they were being very impatient.
Yeah, I finished it all Sunday night.
Caitlin.
Caitlin finished it. Oh my God, on Monday. Wait, this week Monday or the Monday previous? I couldn't remember if you were one of the cheaters.
I think,
She read ahead.
yeah, I think that's why she's laughing.
Last
It-
Monday.
Was it the first Monday?
No,
So she's been sitting on it for a week.
No
Katrina
regrets.
said I knew she was a cheater. She said no regrets. Vanessa, yeah, she's a proud cheater. I love it too. And Regina finished Tuesday. Okay, so we have some cheaters. No shame. I read Where the Crawdads Sing this week since I finished Monday. Ooh.
Oh, that's in my Amazon cart.
Is it in your Amazon cart?
It is. I really want to get it, but I have a
Has anybody
pile
seen the
still.
movie? It came out this year. Did anybody see the movie?
I am waiting. I want to read the book first.
Smart. Ditto.
I'm not sure if I think I heard a few people say that the movie was really good, but that the book was still better. What's new? What are you gonna do? Hopefully, this will come out with a movie or a mini series, and then we can be like, well, we already casted it way back when. So
There were scenes in this that really felt like they would film well, like the attic scene. You can feel the tension in that. Like that just seemed like it would film really well.
yeah. Oh yeah. Can you imagine how disgusting? Like that poor actress that
Oh
has
my
to
God.
be in that like old dusty clothes and the blankets of like cockroach eggs falling. Oh no.
It just reminds me of
Mhm.
Beetlejuice when she goes up to the attic.
Yeah, but she wasn't
I feel like it would be weird.
face to face.
No, but
with
I'm
it, was
saying
she?
like, the drop cloths over the step and like
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
all
yeah.
dusty and dirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems too clean for this book. I think this felt much grosser than that.
Oh yeah, this is a nasty attic. This is not where you hang out. This is where everything goes to die. That's for sure. Ooh, one of my favorite parts. It was really good. I wanted to read it first. Yay. All right. Well,
Did anyone hear the tornado that just ran by?
I heard.
What
I
was
heard
that? Yeah.
something.
That's funny.
Her art supplies are in my office, and she's
Oh.
making posters. And she's like, phew, phew. Sorry, book club.
Oh,
So funny.
Cute.
That's what I thought I heard, but I was like, wait, which one is in there? Art time.
No, the older one's at work. This is the
At
younger one.
work. All right. Oh my gosh. This book was awesome. Okay, so how did everybody feel? Now that we have finished this book, what did you think of it as a whole? We'll give our ratings a little later. I can't wait to give mine. But
No, I liked it.
I loved this damn book. I loved it. I was so worried when our pre-reader read this book. I was so worried. She was like, "What the hell did you get me into? You know I hate shit like this. I hate it." And
That
then
made me excited.
my mom, she would text my sister and I. We would be in stitches laughing every time something went down, especially the attic scene in the beginning when Anne Savage was eating the raccoon. Oh my gosh, all of it. The suckling sounds, every description of his jaw dropping out, and the thing. My mom would text us. She's like, "I hate you both."
I want to
so
know what her her top 3 moments
Like,
were, if she remembers.
I'll have to ask
Yeah.
her and let you guys know.
Like-
But or if you're watching, Carol, please do let us know what your top 3 least favorite or most favorite moments were in this book.
Most hated moments.
Yeah. Let's see. The roach in her ear.
I felt it.
Gina loved it. Anissa really liked it. Anna loved it. Yay. Really liked it and recommended it to a mom at baseball. Hannah, would you recommend it to any of your baseball moms?
Those bitches don't read. But yeah, I would.
I saw the bats on your screen right now.
Huh?
I just saw the bats on your screen
Yeah.
coming at it.
See it? Yeah, it's cute. I mean,
Is
looks
it
cool.
live? Like they fly out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
Those-
right.
Or like
You
I'll-
can't see it, but there's bats all on top of the moon.
But they came like
and then
close.
you see
Yeah.
it on flat. Yeah.
Disperse.
That's fun. Oh my gosh. When she was hiding in the attic and had the roaches and spiders on her, I
No.
literally had chills.
No, I've had enough of you today.
So gross.
Speaking of a leech. Oh,
Right? I love the book. Yay. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed it so much. But I was scared because of stuff my mom had said about it. I was a little unsure if I should pick this for you guys, but totally sure now. Great decision. Laundry. Sorry.
See, they all want to know too.
I know. Leah Desiree. Gross. She hasn't read it yet. She says she's gonna, but she has not read it yet. So
okay.
I know.
But it wasn't as gross as what I was expecting from what you said your mom was talking about. It wasn't super like gory, twist your stomach. I mean, yeah, you get kind of grossed out thinking about bugs and stuff, but it wasn't that bad.
It's a creepy crawlies. You get the creepy crawlies like all throughout this. I think for her, she doesn't like to read this. I mean, she's pre-reading for us, and it's everything that we choose, nothing she would choose. She prefers crime and fantasy, like mostly fantasy. But she
likes none of my books.
none,
None of my
right?
books.
And so she likes none of any of our books. It's very rare when she'll say that was good. So for this one, she's like, I hate you guys. I hate you for making me read that. She hates horror, anything. She doesn't watch scary movies. Even if it has like an inkling of suspense in a movie, she won't watch it. So books kind of follow similar suit, except some crime stuff.
Okay,
and
so
that's not
Salem Cipher, was that a favorite of hers, Carol?
Oh, she went on and on to me about that one too, about his shape-shifting face. And
Oh, that's right.
I swear she like socked me in the arm about it too.
But that was a little bit more kind of crime, mystery.
Yes. It is the crime part, like the suspense of like going on like a treasure hunt kind of was fun for her. The rest of it, not so much. So here we go. Here she is. So do tell Carol, what was your least favorite part of reading this book? That was completely gross.
She said absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
Hated everything.
nothing. So yeah, she doesn't read these kinds of books. So when it came to this, she was texting us, and Desiree and I were laughing so hard we were in tears. And then she'd text us again a few days later and say, "Oh my God, it got worse, and you won't believe how. And I hate you, I hate you." And we were in tears, sending her all these like like memes and gifs about us like just laughing and like everything that she was describing. Oh my god, it was so good. She hated us for a hot minute there. Hated us. Yeah. Not amused by his face changing shapes. Yeah, that was a fun book though. Let's see. So many middle fingers. Yeah, she sent us those. Why couldn't he be a normal vampire? So that was interesting. He was completely different.
Well, he
from
wasn't
any
a vampire.
in any book ever, right?
But he wasn't a
just-
vampire. He didn't drink blood. He basically recycled blood. Remember, he said it was like dialysis.
Yeah,
And he
but
was more of like this supernatural, instinct, superhuman thing more than anything.
well, and you could say that's, he existed forever and people just label that as a vampire. You know how they say that? Like she was reading the books and saying, don't take it for like what it is. Just
Yeah,
like
I
kind of
wouldn't consider
guidelines.
him a vampire. I wouldn't.
I don't know.
Blood, not dying, old
No.
for
And
years.
But he's also
like,
turning anybody else into anything with what he's doing unless it's meant to be, like when he, messed up good old Kitty. But you know what I mean? Like the daughter
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
changed into
Ki-
anything.
she was
Sister wasn't
growing.
changed
She
into anything.
she said it was
Wasn't that-
growing in
That's
her.
why I said except for
Oh,
that, because he
yeah.
purposely did that. But
it wasn't
He was
that
also
I just
so
think he
like
was
cocky.
a weirdo.
I think he didn't want to make anybody else because he wanted to be the only one. Because he felt
Yeah, I
so
agree.
special and awesome about how amazing he is and better than everybody. He didn't want anybody to be better than him.
Mm-mm. No, I don't think that he would have even ever let Ian Savage completely transition into what he is. I think that like, and same goes for Slick. Even though he like, tried to finish in her and turn her into him, and that's kind of what was expected to happen next. I just don't think that he would have ever allowed it for the same reason. I think that he wanted to be like one of a kind and special.
Well,
and I didn't
Slick
think he
wasn't
wanted
meant to turn
anything
into
like
anything like him. Slick was meant to die, but she was meant to hatch another being like him. That's what was going to keep kind of his legacy or what he was going. That's why she wanted to be cremated, to make sure that that didn't happen.
Oh, see, I didn't even take it. I honestly
Yeah.
took it as like the way that he did it. It was like more to turn her versus create another one of himself.
No, because she knew she had something growing inside of her that was going to hatch, and that's why
You
she
know what
changed
that
her
was?
will to be cremated.
That was the
Yeah.
fucking
Well, that's what she
thing.
said. She said it was in her throat.
Yes,
Right.
it's not a baby that's gonna hatch. It's this like nasty cockroach tentacle that's gonna hatch, and she's gonna turn into him. And she did not want to watch.
No, I didn't
I don't
take
know
it
why
that
we
way,
just watched
because he knew that what he did was going to have her die.
Well, her
And she wanted
died.
to make sure that nothing was going to come out of her after she had deceased. That's why she wanted to be cremated.
I feel like this is kind of comedy here. Like maybe Grady Hendrix
Yeah.
just wanted like something a little funnier, and so like the dialysis machine, like a human dialysis machine. I was like, that's kind of clever.
Well, it like gives it a little twist, Then
Yeah.
Well, it had to make sense that way, because he wasn't draining them of their blood.
right.
They were still staying alive. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's where he made it a little bit different.
See, yeah, I agree with Anissa here. I honestly thought that it was just the appendage thing. What did she call it? It started with a P. A pergola something. I don't know.
Not a
Okay.
pergola.
Nope. I'm saying pergola. What was it? It was a. Fuck it. I'm not gonna find it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna find it. Okay. Her human form would have
Yeah,
died.
that's what I was like. She wouldn't be the same.
Yeah. No, I didn't think
That
there
thing would have been whatever in control.
Yeah. Thing.
Just using her corpse.
I don't know. I
don't
still
know.
just my personal self. I don't view him like a vampire. I view him more of like some extraterrestrial weirdo more than anything. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely that. Well, it's so funny. It kind of reminds me of, what is it, Men in Black? When
Mm-hmm.
the alien is that like kind of cockroach guy. I was
Yes.
like, ew, it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like at the end, but anyway.
His body was all like,
Yeah,
yeah.
human, see, and then she'd be boo mommy.
Boo mommy, boo mommy.
Right? Oh my goodness. That'd be funny. I don't think, hold on. I was checking to see if we had any comments.
Do we? Or let me. Boop, boop.
I'm not sure.
Let me see. Look as well.
Trying to find. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Teen Bailey. So she's new to our book club, and I'm not sure if she's on or watching with us. She said, when I realized that Slick was being turned into a vamp and he accomplished that through her rape, I put together that the old lady in the beginning was already like him, and that means he probably raped her too, which made me even more angry. Ooh, that's a good comment.
That's true, because we never talked about her really, about what made, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up, like what made her that way, because we never talked about that, right?
No, not really. I mean, we weren't sure about how that happened to her, and so that's why I was saying before too that I had a feeling that it was similar with Anne Savage, and she was like kind of in that transition period, but she just didn't make it. Like maybe some can transition, some cannot withstand that, and Slick didn't want to no matter what. She didn't want that, so she was like, cremate me. Yeah, exactly. And Savage was probably going for her first fee. Yeah, that was interesting with the like entrails of a raccoon.
That's the exact sound it made.
I know. Oh my god. The amount of like sucking sounds. You're muted, Rebecca.
No wonder.
I was like, is she trying to talk? I can't tell.
I was. I didn't realize I was muted. I was eating earlier.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
when I at the beginning I first thought the reason Anne Savage acted the way she did, like at the beginning of the book, is because she was coming off of the high from him feeding on her. But it makes a lot more sense. I didn't put that together until Teen's comment about he had probably turned Anne Savage too. That made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. That was a really good comment. Which then you just already touched on, so I'll keep reading. Jackie Bennett said, finished this afternoon and hot damn loved it. So glad you kicked Carter's sorry ass to the curb. Ooh.
And then he's all surprised when the kids want to go live with her.
I think that yeah. She fought for them. He never did. And they knew. I mean, is like out of it and everything as they were, they still knew that she was the one to protect them, that she was going to keep them safe. I think that they just deep down knew all of that. So, I was just like, ooh, good. They chose right. They chose their mama, who went through enough shit with him.
I'm curious, do y'all think all the things that James was saying about all the men on the trips, do you think they really were cheating on their wives on all those trips? Like Carter, I could definitely see doing.
I think
I don't know about the rest of them.
Coerced them too. Not coerced them to, but made it like gave them such a safe space and made it seem like normal. That's what we do. And how he did with the guys, he talked them in and then guilt tripped them into something, or who knows. But I feel like he was heavily influenced to make them do that, to separate them from the wives even more.
Good point.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and also kind of get them on his side and
Boys
like
club.
have something on them.
Yeah, have something on them, have something like, oh well, we
Yeah.
can't say anything to them about this
Yeah.
or that, and creating this different.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I.
Kaylin, I agree with you on Carter for sure.
Definitely were. Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause she did mention that at the beginning, that women would call and she would just whatever and hand the phone to him. So we already knew from before we had been introduced to James, that this had already been like a common occurrence. So I don't think that any of that is new. I think that she just finally got the balls, the lay balls, the ovaries, to finally kick into the curb, and ooh, proud of her. How about Grace coming in for the save? She like saved up, money and gave that to her at the end and was like, no, you're going to keep this. My mama said that a woman should always keep her own money and, take care of yourself. Blah, blah, blah. I thought that was fantastic. I definitely did not expect Grace to, what is it, come in clutch right there at the end,
Mhm.
Yeah.
clean up with Mrs. Green, and then like end up helping Patricia out in the end.
I wasn't surprised that Grace showed up at the house to help them clean up. I kind of expected that.
Right at the end, yeah.
But as far as the money thing, like I almost felt like she owed it to Patricia for not like believing her sooner. I don't know. But
Absolutely. Well, and she probably saw a lot in Patricia that she wished she could do for herself.
oh, absolutely, I'm sure. I think Grace definitely feels like Patricia's the stronger one of the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, all these women banded together in the end, which is why your t-shirt has all their names on it. I fucking love our shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
I went over to Anna the other day and she was wearing it and I was like, it's so cute on you. Ooh, I sound evil, like echoed in someone else's thing.
I don't know if it's
Almost
mine.
like hater. Let's see. I wonder, since Patty co-signs on the account, why couldn't she make a withdrawal from his?
Yeah, I wondered about that. She should have.
I'm wondering
the
if the
money.
reason though is because she still had to make it look like he had like skipped town.
Took off.
Maybe.
And if she went to like take the money, they might have then started questioning her about why and where he is.
Can
And
co-signers like wipe it out? I think they can wipe it out.
I don't know.
Like close the account and just take all the money. She probably
Unless there's
could.
like that's the
No,
difference
but-
between having an and a or.
Yeah, I don't
on
think
an
she
account.
could bring herself to do it anyway. I went to concert in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, how fun!
I think
We
she,
can
yeah,
order.
Greenville. Greenville is near.
Greenville, sorry, Greenville, South
Yeah.
Carolina. How fun! Yay! Did you get pics out and about with your merch, with your novel bitches item? Girl, no bitch, I didn't.
Oh, that makes okay. So that makes sense if it was frozen because of all the because there's craziness going on, the fire and all the other stuff too.
Ooh, not just that. Everybody said like he cut down with they just assumed that that's what had happened. So maybe they did do something with his account because of them all being fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was an investor.
So yeah, maybe they did freeze it then.
Yeah, yeah. And he convinced them all to
See,
get in on
I
it.
think,
No,
I mean, am I the only one that feels like the ending was a little rushed?
I didn't.
I don't know. I think it
What
could
part
have
of it?
ended better. I just didn't like how all of a sudden, like, okay, he's in different bags and his parts are all scattered, and then like it's like, okay, and then we're getting divorced. And okay, well, mom's moving out, and this is where she's gonna go live now. And then they kind of, I don't know, like the ending I felt could have been a little bit more detailed, like about the money. Like, why was she a co-signer on the account? How does that kind of come back to help aid her in the end? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those kind of things. Yeah.
I
so
agree.
yeah, see, Regina
You agree
agrees.
with
Yeah,
that.
just a little. Sometimes when you get to the end of a good story, you're just like, there's not a lot of thought in how it ends. But
Anna, didn't you say this to me? Why didn't she go in the bag?
Yes.
What?
Why? I would totally have burned the bags.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering. Like, it's interesting that, like,
Well, didn't they take some of the bags to that medical lab crematory or whatever?
They put them
so
in
they
like
were
a
going to, but they were
containers or
worried that
something.
they couldn't because it was that they were still moving, so they didn't take them, and that's why they said just separate the body from the
That's
head
right.
and put them in to be
Yeah.
cremated later when my husband and I die. So, see, I mean, we all would have burned that. Like, that was their
That's
plan.
gonna it's gonna be interesting when they die and they go to
Open it. Some
It's
head
like a
yelling
moving
at them.
bag and shit. Ah, there is room for it to not be over. See, and that's why I personally did not feel like it was rushed, because I do feel like it left space for a lot more story.
I feel like the scene, the time in the bathroom was all that took,
Yes.
and then I'm not like going into detail right now with that, but then at the ends with like, like you watch a movie and like you got that final scene, it was crazy, and then like just a little catch up at the end, like where are they now? I think it was just like a
Yeah.
little info of like,
It's just a tad bit
yeah,
yeah.
extra. Like, they
'cause that
didn't have
was the
to. We could have ended
story.
it there. We didn't have to have any more info about these gals later. And I
They
agree
could have just
that
like left with a high five and like, yeah, we did it, and over. So it's just like a
honestly, they
little.
could have ended it like these women like cleaned up. They visited Slick at her grave, and then I love how like at the end she's like, I'm late for book club, and that was like it. Like, that's what I gotta do next. I thought that was super cute, and that was a good way. Like, they didn't have to add anything else as far as I was concerned, which is why I didn't feel like it was rushed. I just felt like there's enough info to make us kind of wonder
I don't
if
want
he's ever
more.
more.
I
did. I wanted more resolution. I wanted her to tell Carter to fuck off in like every mean possible fuck offish way possible. I wanted the police to investigate him disappearing and finding her body in his attic. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted those
Yeah.
closures.
You don't think he got rid of the body though?
He already said. It was like, obviously that's not there. Remember when he found the ID?
The
in her car?
ID. That's all he said. He said, "Oh, thank God I found that, because that could have caused
Yeah, but he
quite
wasn't
a
stupid.
commotion."
He would have known that would have been next. They could have
No,
gone
see, I
back
don't know.
later. See, I do agree they could have
Ow.
done some things later, but that's just more info than we need. They could have really ended it like even that night if he wanted
Maybe
to.
that you need. I wanted more closure.
Yeah, I can see
I think
that.
just not burning the bags was open ended enough, like a lot of people are saying, to leave it for
Yeah,
another.
and that's probably. I feel like
another
that's on purpose. That's
Oh, I agree, because
that
you know
really
what they,
bothered me. I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Well,
I
then
think
she
all
said
of
she
them
could even hear. She could hear the bags moving.
Yeah.
rolling around, which
Yeah.
means when she and her husband die, somehow these bags are going to get put back together.
Because the whole body is together, so the hands are gonna rip through, and it's gonna probably do whatever it does, and together.
And whoever's box they put the body in they're gonna die first.
Mhm.
Body's gonna
Exactly.
hop out and open up the other one.
Exactly.
See, I'm probably the only one, but you already know certain sequels, I'm not into it. When something's good, leave it alone as is, because then shit just gets too fucking weird and stupid. No, I don't need to see him come back to life and someone else change into something and you got the whole story again and then mothership comes down. No, I don't need to see like any of what all that is.
I know what's gonna happen. Patricia is gonna like keep hearing it over and over every day, the movement. So she's gonna go back to try to end it, and then she's gonna die.
There you go.
Well, then let's just say that.
Jumanji, right? That's exactly what you're saying. I know Jumanji, like, you just hear it over time. You just hear like the little drums.
He probably
No.
watched Jumanji and Men in Black and wrote the book.
Right?
Said Buck.
Probably.
We're putting these
It's
two together.
possible. Oh my
With a
goodness.
vampire movie on the side.
Ooh, maybe it'll be the Sun Blue. That little
Oh,
motherfucker.
maybe.
He was so obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
Obsessed with James. So absolutely. That's a good one. Maybe it'd be the Sun. All right. Here's okay. You guys have any funny quotes or anything that you like from this book? Because here's mine. And I thought, well, I mean, there's so many, but on 377, when they were trying to chop him up, and he's talking to them and just going on and on. He says, "What's your big plan? You're gonna book club me to death? Not invite me to your next meeting?" I was dying when I read that part. I don't know why it tickled me so. It tickled me
was
so
funny.
much. Like it as like a book club reading this together, and they're talking about their book club, and it's just I found it even more amusing. Like we're reading it together. What do you do? Book club? And you guys, well, you don't know the bitches in this book
Yeah.
club.
Right?
Yeah. But see,
Oh
right
my-
then I
oh,
would have
he
just
did
like hit him in the mouth with a bat. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just for
Ooh,
fun.
see, yeah.
Tape his ass
Not to
shut.
accomplish anything, just because it would make you feel better.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
had marked a quote on 373. Just
Yeah.
not as much funny. Just this was really applicable to us. It says, "Why is it always bitches?" Kitty thought, as if men believed that word had some kind of magic power. I read that and I was like, "Y'all, that is why we are who we are."
Exactly.
I did like that quote.
Why
I
is it
love
always bitches? Well,
Why is it always bitches?
because bitches aren't just gonna let you do your shit. You're not getting away with it. Especially not a whole gaggle of bitches. So oh my gosh. I loved it. And I did like right at the end. So our last chapter is titled In Cold Blood. Am I right? And right at the end, she goes to Slick's grave and she sets down the book In Cold Blood and sets out a wine glass and a little screw cap mini bottle of Kendall Jackson.
I love
Love it.
that.
I love that she still brought like book club to Slick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously that's what they're reading or whatever at that time. That was the book that they would have been reading. And I thought that was really fun. And what was it she said? She needed to get to book club. Oh, that was really cute. Anyway, what else? I really enjoyed his style of writing. I agree. You know, we talked about men writing before, and it is different from women's writing. But we did have 2 successful male authors in a row go 2022. So, you know, I mean, last month may not have been like a favorite book, but it definitely was like a good male. He was a good male author, but I
Mhm.
preferred the way that Grady Hendrix writes. And this was my first book, and I know Vanessa has read his other one. I think that was turned into a movie or a
Oh, we were talking
mini-
about that. Where it
remember.
takes place in the same town,
Yeah.
but different
My
era.
best friend's exorcism. That was the one. I think we talked about it
I
last
saw
week.
that the other day. I was like, "Oh, that's something we were talking about in book club."
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No, because if I know there's a book, I'm
You're gonna read it.
I want to read
Okay.
the book first.
All right. Well, shit. Did you read the book or see the movie for Interview with a Vampire?
I didn't read the book. I only watched part of the movie.
Oh shit! She's like never watched it, never read it.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I
So
I
it
had a hard
is
time
like
getting
a
into that
ritual
one.
for you. Like you do want to read the book first. So all right. Well,
Yeah, if I can, yeah.
all right. She's read Horror Store and is currently reading My Best Friend's Exorcism. Okay. He has several books that look good. Yeah, and then he has a new one coming out about haunted houses next year in January.
Right. Like,
Yes, it's on Hulu. I think I saved it so that I could like remember to watch it. But I don't care if I see the book or see the movie first and watch the book later or the other way around. I don't know. I just find it all interesting. I like seeing the differences between books and film. So it's a
I
movie.
just have a hard time using my imagination for the characters. If I've seen the movie, then I'm gonna read the book visualizing the characters from the movie. So I'd rather get
Okay.
it from the
Yeah.
author. That's
I get that. Yeah. Because, I mean, the author's descriptions sometimes are enough that, like, you can get a character in your own head.
mhm.
We obviously have read books where there was zero description, like in August, and all of us were kind of left
Yeah.
really wondering who could play these characters. And it's more like, I guess I could just see this person in that kind of scenario, but that's about it.
I think
So-
sometimes authors might do that so that you don't want one particular person pictured. So it could be like anybody kind of situation. For
Yeah.
the
Like,
what was it? The husbands?
the Vampire Chronicles are amazing. Read all of them, and they tie into her Mayfair Witch series. Right, that's coming out soon too. And then they have the new TV series of Interview, which I haven't started yet because I was waiting till they had more episodes because I'm bratty that way. I just want to like binge it. You guys should check them all out. I know. R.I.P. Sad. Horror Store takes place in a store like IKEA. So the cover of his book looks like the IKEA catalog.
I think I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
That sounds funny. I might pick that up for a side read.
Watch the movie first. That's cool. Favorite book series my parents always thought was weirdo. Love it. Anne Rice books are good. The movies, not so much.
So I usually hear people
That's
are a
what
fan
I-
of the movies or they're a fan of the books.
I honestly think that anyone who's read the book first is gonna say like the movies and the shows, etc. Like everything they've done so far, they didn't do well enough. And then anyone who's just seen the movies are like, well, these are entertaining. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they didn't know, the works.
They don't
of
have
Anne
anything to compare.
No, exactly. Nothing to compare to. All right. Well, I guess that being said, we usually cast our characters, but do you guys want to do our casting, or do you want to do our readings, our bitches readings first? And then don't forget, we're going to do our giveaway as well. So I got to show you guys the giveaway. We can show you the giveaway, and then we can do our giveaway thing shortly. Let's see. Where's the giveaway? Here it is. Our October giveaway here. Duh. In Cold Blood, your own stainless steel wine glass. So that shit's going to be like, go ahead and bang it up, drop it, whatever happens in life.
Like the
And then
color.
you got a little, because we're classy, a can of Oregon grown Pinot Noir and Pinot Rouge. I love that it's shortened there. Just Pinot Gris. I can't wait to see who wins this. It's exciting. I haven't read In Cold Blood. Has anybody?
Mm-mm.
Why am I seeing the photo?
Wait,
I
what?
don't know how you missed the photo. Did it not come up?
What happened? The winner?
I didn't see the
I
picture.
think you
Didn't see it?
On
You
the
see it
screen.
now?
The picture of the raffle item.
It's
Can
on
you
the
see it?
So now I see it.
Oh.
Yeah, now I see it.
It's
I think
so
you're
weird. It was on the screen
freezing or
before.
something.
Yeah, I think you're freezing.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was on.
You must have blinked really
Okay,
well.
well, I didn't
Like-
see it.
You fell asleep.
We believe
So
you
now
didn't see
you're
it.
seeing
And we're
it.
saying that the computer froze.
We're giving away Slick's last gift from Patricia. In Cold Blood, a wine glass, and not one, but two classy cans of wine.
Just like you can be like Slick. Or just
Yeah.
Nothing
that
says
wrong.
class like drinking wine out of a can.
Well, you're not going to, but you are going to drink it out of a stainless steel
it
wine
could be
glass.
from a can.
Yeah. I bet it keeps it colder longer.
I've had wine out of cans. It's fine.
Like, because you
Nothing
need
says
to
Better have.
fancy like hearing the
Because you can't have glass on the
Popping
beach.
open your wine.
You
your
can't
wine
have glass
can.
at the beach. You know, safety concerns. It's all for safety.
Yeah, see, it just looks like a
Okay.
sody, and you can just take it wherever you want with you.
Yeah.
Yay! Hold on.
I've
Let's-
I've
okay,
had
we'll do-
box wine and I've had
Yes.
the little screw top bottles. I've never had wine in a can. So
I
now I'm gonna
have
have to go
Trader
find some
Joe's.
wine
I've
in a
had Trader
can so I
Joe's
can
as
try
canned
it.
wine.
It is a
I
pretty
didn't hate it.
Wow. Everybody read fast.
Yeah. Read fast. It's all
I like that I did it
it
pretty
was-
cup. Seen it. Love the book sounds, but nope. I'm like, shit.
I honestly, I think you're lagging a little tonight.
That was the
No,
giveaway.
that was like bink, 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 bink. Yeah, I was like,
Xbox. No, that was the giveaway for October. Is this here? That is the giveaway. Anna is shipping the November boxes on Monday. That's tomorrow. Never mind. Tomorrow. We'll be shipping November boxes tomorrow. And we will be doing our unboxing next Sunday. You guys have a week off of reading for the Halloween week. So enjoy. Get spooky. And we will start reading the following week and then meet for her book the week after. So we're just going to do a 30-minute unboxing next Sunday. And then you guys can all get ready for Halloween. Go to parties, do your thing, whatever you're doing. So any of you bitches who would like to come on with us on Sunday next week to do our live unboxing, that would be wonderful. So somebody or somebody's, many or few, somebody, please hop on with us next week. I will send you the link and you can do our live unboxing with us. It's super fun. And then we can, you know what would be super fun is if we add some of these for next year too. Like we had, some of our like unboxings in our intro. It'd be fun to like change them out. Do some of our other unboxings.
oh, we got
Switch
one.
them.
Caitlin, I'm gonna hold you that.
Hey, just don't show up on Saturday thinking it's Sunday. Did you guys see she did that yesterday? She was wondering where everybody was.
It happens.
Hey,
That's
Caitlin will be
You guys
down.
see what I have tonight?
Wait, don't put her on blast
in
yet
there?
until she comes on.
What's in your glass?
Ew.
It's
Little
really
buddy?
boring. It's pomegranate and cranberry
Bugs.
juice. I was gonna throw
Bugs.
some vodka in there, but I was like running out of time.
You should have just done what Dominique does and like shake it. Or
I was gonna
something.
say something.
Oh, my garçon just got back from a trip, so he's a little sleepy, trying to recover from jet lag.
Yeah. Oh, well. Could have asked the arts and crafts. Like
Yeah.
run by with a ball.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh my god.
Ah,
All
that'll
off
do it.
yesterday.
Makes sense.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is giving our novel bitches book ratings. Some of you are new this month, so with that said, we do our bitches ratings 1 to 5 Bs, 1 being worst book you've ever read, hated it, I can't believe I finished it, and 5 being absolutely fantastic, loved the writing style, loved the story, perfectly immersed in this, couldn't put it down, might even read it again later, etc. So you get it. You get the point. So 1 to 5 bitches or Bs, how many do you all give The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix? We'll show ours while you guys all pop up how many Bs you give, as always. As always. So bitches, start your ratings. Hold on. Look, Desiree is not
Okay,
here.
you
But
ready?
she's still like, I love her. All right, I am ready. Oh my God, Regina.
Okay. Ready?
All right, I'm
It's a
ready.
wrap.
ready.
All right.
I'm ready. All right, ready, set,
And
go.
go.
Wait, go.
No,
Okay.
Is that a
We got a
5
couple
and
more
some?
What is on
that
your
is
finger?
so because I couldn't put just the top part of my knuckle down, so this is a 4 3/4.
4
3
3/4.
quarters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's
I
not a half, so 4 3/4.
Yeah.
4
Well, there
3/4.
you go. All right. We've got
What
5
are
rats.
cockroaches?
We've got
5.
5 rats, 5 stars, 5 bees, a 5. We've got 4 roaches, 4.1. 5 bees. Sherry gave it a 5. I gave it a 5.
This is fun.
I
We know what
love
you guys are
this
liking.
book. Like, if 4 is the lowest number anybody's giving this book, I am absolutely.
You know what this tells me? This tells me that we are pretty much like the ladies in the book club of what they enjoy reading.
Yeah, it's a book club
Yeah.
of just read whatever. Read whatever the fuck you want. Like, there really is no rhyme or reason to anything we particularly choose.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
they
we
were
should, but
they were not happy when the guys were picking the books, and they're like,
mm-mm. Can you imagine if
Why are we
our
reading?
husbands or partners all had to like pick our books for us? I can't even imagine.
and then
what they would
when she was in the hospital, she's like,
Did the ladies come
like when she's like,
prepared
stop
to
reading it.
Did they come prepared to do their
is it just me or did she freeze? I think she froze. Okay, she said it's that we're all nasty. We are like the ladies. It was a fun read. Prefer no roaches or rats. Anna, you froze again.
I don't
know
care
why.
anymore.
I really wanted to rate this one a 5, but because just his description and imagery was so good, and I felt like I was getting heart palpitations. The only
Yeah.
reason I didn't is because in the attic scene, I actually felt claustrophobic, and that like the creepy crawly bug aspect of it was a little bit much for me, and I do not like reading about sexual assault.
Mm.
That
that
was what took off the half point for me. That was really hard for me to read. But other than that, loved this book.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Like reading about, I mean, assault of any kind obviously is going to be difficult to read. And it's something that obviously in book club, we're not going to be able to avoid that because we don't pre-read our own books. We can't like always give any, warnings ahead of time about what may or may not be coming in a story. So, when our characters are getting, beaten by their husbands or abused by the main character, we can't foresee it, but it does take away something sometimes when people can't be prepared for it. So I can understand that too.
And the way, I mean, he wrote about it in a way that you really kind of feel it and get into it. It's very well written. It's just hard to read.
Extremely well written for anyone who's been in that situation before. I know that that's a difficult thing to have to read, especially given how well he wrote it, because it is more of a it kind of switches gears to like more of a first person experience there instead of like narrative. So that was, I agree, very difficult to read that scene. But that being said, I do feel like it kind of gave us more answers. Not that I wanted to have them like in that way, but I do think that he did a really good job writing it that way. So much is taken away from the women in this story. And it's not only like, financially and physically and emotionally, it's like their dignity is taken away and no one ever believes them. And it's, incredibly difficult to have to read about that just being like a continuous theme across the book. But he did touch on all of them. And so kudos to him to being able to like bring all of that together in this book and still leave us like, rooting for the women and then still kind of winning in the end, even if they didn't always win throughout the story. So really good job with that. And it has to be really difficult, obviously, to be a man to be able to write that experience for a woman. So, and even just the care that was given to her after that experience with Patricia, I was like, wow, what a really great friend. And I know that, like, obviously, we all have you guys, and I guarantee that if I were in that situation, I know all y'all would have taken care of any one of us. So, yeah, it's good to know that there are people like that in your life, and sometimes ones that you don't even expect it then who can show up. But anyway, fucking well done, Grady. Well, I think this has to have an average at the end of it of like a 4.8, something like that, which is one of our highest marks. And I think the last time we had one this high was last November.
Yeah.
With 50 Words for Rain, another hard book to read. But so good. Anyways, I agree, Katrina. If her husband's picked it, it would have been like sports, or it would have been like financial how-tos.
Or historical stuff.
He's into Tom
Sean would have
Clancy kind of
picked like the
person.
fucking Navy SEAL books.
Yeah, so yeah, he's into Tom
Banners.
Clancy, so we'd be reading that crap. Not crap, but you know,
Yeah,
each their own.
yeah.
Everybody
I'm
else Stephen
surprised
saying
there
if my
wasn't
husband
a
was picking.
trigger
So.
warning in the front of the book from the author. I am looking. Yeah, it didn't seem like there was any kind of warning per se.
But would
Did anybody
we
find out
would we
who
have
Hannah-
gotten
Tell him what I told you
Huh?
to put as a giveaway.
would we have been as fueled
I
with
said, told
hate
him,
for
tell him what
him?
I was telling you to put as part of the.
as
What
part of the
was
giveaway?
Anna telling you to put as a giveaway? I want to know. Is that the question? Was Anna
I'm
telling you
done
to do
talking.
something?
I'm not
I don't
talking
remember
anymore.
right now. No, Anna, we hear you, and it's showing you as muted, but you're still talking. So I don't know. We hear you. What were you saying?
No,
to
I
do
muted
to
myself because I'm done talking and you guys can't hear me.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I heard you then. I don't remember what you said to give
I think she
away.
was saying what she was.
Oh my god! I
now
forgot about this.
now my brain's scatterbrained.
Anna, I totally forgot. So I was gonna include this, and I completely forgot. It was fucking brilliant. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It was so brilliant, and I cannot believe I forgot it. Did you send it to me in a text? I think so. I'm gonna check here. Oh my god. This was brilliant. Okay. She said to send ear guards.
Oh,
Protect your ears from spiders, earwigs, and other creepy dwellers.
I mean, like,
They are like, you know,
I
when
didn't
you
know
go,
somebody
oh, I've
was
seen.
saying.
They look like head shower caps, but for your ears.
But for your
shower
ears.
cap for your ear.
They sell that for when you're dyeing your hair too, to
Yes,
protect from the dye.
the ones that they cover for your ears if you're getting your hair colored. But oh my gosh,
Good
look.
to know.
And it has like a bunch of different like bugs on it, all crossed
That's
out.
funny.
Here. I was dying. I cannot believe I forgot to fucking include that. I was going to as like a funny little. Hope you never need to use it, but fuck it. I forgot. Oh my god.
You can
Yeah.
also use it like to put over a cup. You know, like summertime, the gnats that want to go in your wine.
Oh, that's true.
The ear
You can
guard
use
or
it
wine
like a little-
guard.
It could be like a little cover for your White Claw. Oh my god. See, somebody would have said read anime, sniper books.
Mhm.
Exactly. I'm gonna buy those. It's literally the worst ever. See? I worry about that more camping than any other time though. When you're camping.
Yeah. Oof.
That's when I worry about that. Really do. Anyway, all right. Well, yay. Wonderful book. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed it. We are going to do a quick casting of characters here because, I mean, how could we not?
Which should we pull up first?
You can pull up Anna's first. Since hers is first in the
In
line
the,
there.
okay. Do we
Okay.
have it?
Yeah. So these are Anna's casting of characters. We all know she's obsessed with John Hamm. So that
In a
is
good way or a bad way? You like him? Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
no, but she just finds him.
But you
I
like to
swear,
hate him.
able to be in almost every story so far, right? Like I think you've picked him for like now 3. possibly. Okay,
I
so
really like him for this role.
he would be her James Harris. Colin Hanks is her pick for Carter, that little dirtbag. And I love Colin Hanks. I don't even want to see him in that position.
A sweetheart.
He seems too young for Carter to me, but I mean, I guess I could age him a little.
I was gonna say, well, I think we're getting older, so
Personality-wise,
people
I
who
think he
are
could do it.
not
People are now seeming young.
that aren't young, that before they, you know what I mean?
Trying to say?
Well,
You know what I'm
like
trying
our
to
age,
say.
you still got a baby face too. So
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, this person looks too young for this role, but I'm like, but not really.
Yeah.
okay,
he's
Vanessa
probably
thinks
not.
those are great. Caitlin likes your casting. Patricia is, and I never remember her name. Is it
She's the
Patricia?
mom. You said the mom from
Yeah, from Home Improvement.
yeah.
And then you've got Cloris Leachman as Miss Mary. That would be
I like that.
Carter's mom. And Octavia Spencer from Mrs. Green. Obviously, she is undoubtedly the best choice for
I
that
love
particular-
Octavia Spencer.
What can't she do? I'm just saying. So
She's just
I
awesome.
fully agree. She's definitely Mrs. Green here. I might switch around these characters. I did. I switched around John Hamm
Wait.
only because
Should we go to yours now, or should we go to yours last? Go to yours.
let's see. She said, I love your Miss Mary. Perfect Miss Mary. Wait. I did not pick Cloris Leachman, which is funny. Miss Mary. Yeah, you can pop mine up.
Okay.
I don't know what anyone else had. I picked Cloris Leachman for Anne Savage because I 100 could see her squatty in her little like moo night house dress and like just covered in bloody and acting like absolutely bonkers and then leaping onto Patricia and like nipping off her ear. Oh my God, Cloris Leachman. See, both of us had her in our mind, but I had her for a different person. All right, so I picked Maggie Gyllenhaal for Patricia.
Oh, yeah,
I just figured she might be around the right age and the right like timidness. Kind of plain Jane, wants some shit going on in her life. I kind of felt like that could be a Patricia. She fits like in that age range. And then Carter is who I picked for John Hamm, but I had to pick a doctor photo of him to try and make it a better choice. They seem like a better match in age, is what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. I like your Slick.
Okay, Kirsten Dunst for Slick. I could see
like
her.
I know people like give her a hard time, but I like her.
Yeah, she was like my idea for Slick. Brad Pitt is my James Harris. I don't care what you say, but he was described as having blonde pubes, so that made me know for sure.
There was
that
a lot of pube description in this book.
You can dye John Hamm's pubes blonde. Okay.
I don't think we
That's all
need
I'm
to.
saying.
He could just be that asshole cheating Carter, and that works too. Okay, it turned into a comedy. Look, bitch. Just because I put Melissa McCarthy up there, so she would be a fantastic little Southern kitty.
But there is
her
comedicness in this. There is a sense.
Of Dolly Parton. Think of Dolly Parton being serious, trying to come clean up a crime scene and shit. Like, no.
But they weren't all serious. Well, see, but they weren't. There was a bit of comedic. I think that's what made it easier to read. Certain moments was they did make
dark comedy.
Dark comedy. There we go. Thank you. That's word looking for.
I agree. So Melissa McCarthy,
and maybe if you flipped Rita and Cloris, because I can't see Rita being butt naked in the living room yelling about a photo, but I definitely can for Leachman.
But I don't see Rita Moreno being the kind of woman who's going to be like scowled, like, covered in guts and blood and leaping on top of Patricia from an alley.
That's why they have stunt doubles.
It would seem more out of character for her, where you would think, oh, something's really up.
it would be more out of character than Florence Leachman.
Yes, because she's a fucking nut job. Yeah,
And
that's why I
that's
could
why
see
I
her naked. That's why I could see her naked in the living room. Fucking, I know who you are, with her photo flashing and her
Right.
everything hanging.
You're
Yeah,
right about that part, that portion alone. But the rest of it, just like the descriptions, and I don't know, she just has like that right look and feel for me. But that was just personal. So,
yeah.
Kitty was described as being around 50 pounds heavier than James Harris, which is why we needed a
Oh,
really
that's right. Because she
but
sat on
also
him.
she could play being very scared but still trying to take down someone. Even though we've seen her in like these kick-ass like movies and stuff, she could still be like a scared, like more timid, but like still does the job kind of gal. I mean, she trips over him, falls on him, knocks into Mrs. Green. All of that is kind of funny at that time. And the reason I like Dolly Parton is because I feel like she wouldn't be there for all of the meat of what goes down at the end. But she's going to be there to show up, and she's going to come and tell you how to do your damn job. And I thought it was so cute, their conversation, Mrs. Green and Grace, when they were talking about their different like cleaning strategies. And she was like, ooh, cold water? Interesting.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I remember
that would
That
be
was
like a
funny.
cute little banter between Octavia Spencer and Dolly Parton. It would just be like a really great, fun like thing to see, is them taking over at the end to help out. I don't know. And then Sally Field plays like a good Southern accent woman. I think she'd be perfect for Mary Ellen because she is a little older. So anyway, those are my choices. I'm sticking to them. Anyway, did y'all have, let's see, I can see Dolly and Octavia cleaning up blood on the floor. See, exactly. Cloris Leachman is deceased, yeah. So unfortunately, she can't play either of our choices.
These castings are regardless of their age now.
These are
It's
dream
just in
casts.
general. Yeah.
These are Dreamcast. Absolutely. And
Well, because who is it? Bruce Willis is now signed his rights over to like, was it CGI and all that? So that's what actors will be doing. You'll get to have them at any age for any movie.
That's true. So when this is made, Brad Pitt could still look like he does
If he
here.
signs away like Bruce Willis did.
Blonde pubes and all.
I'm sure they're not blonde.
I really
Not
struggle
anymore. They're
to come
going
up
out,
with-
but they will be in CGI.
For whatever reason,
Am I the
really
only
had a
one
hard
that
time
doesn't
coming
think
up with
Brad
anyone
Pitt's
for
that hot?
Patricia.
What did you say, Rebecca?
I think he's okay, Anna. I had a really hard time coming up with anybody for Patricia. I like a lot of the same casting that Tosh has. I like John Hamm for Carter more so than James. I'm pointing like y'all can see what I'm pointing at. I love Melissa McCarthy for Kitty. But my slick was Patricia Arquette. I could see Patricia Arquette all the way to
Right.
You're
right.
My Miss
That's a good
Mary
one.
is Judi Dench. I'm not Miss Mary. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
My Anne Savage is Judi Dench. My Miss Mary is Cloris Leachman.
Ooh.
And I see Kirsten Dunst as Grace, not Slick. I see God, I just forgot her name again. Patricia Arquette as Slick.
Grace was much older because we really only ever hear about like her and her husband, and they're already talking about like getting their plot is already taken care of. So I got the impression that she was older.
Mm.
I just got the impression she was prissy, which I love Kirsten Dunst, but I think
That's
she's
true.
good in that role.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
And Slick just strikes me as that timid, religious kind of like. That's why Patricia Arquette really. I thought of her in Little Nicky.
Definitely.
You mentioned that last week, and I forgot, but I liked that suggestion.
Yes. Mm. Who played Norman Bates' mom in the show or in the movie?
Which one?
Right, and then which? I don't know. I've had a thing for Brad Pitt forever, so I don't know. But when I started reading this, it was just who I pictured. The way that she described him as being like more pretty than like handsome, that's kind of why I got that impression. Like he didn't need to be this like rugged, like big man. He just needed to be kind of a pretty good looking man. You know. And we've all seen Brad Pitt at his different hair length stages. So okay, so she is saying from the show. Hold on, let me see who plays her.
Yeah, I think his soccer mom bob length is probably the best on him, but overall, I don't think he's like this super hot guy like everybody says. I'm just saying.
That's all right. Soccer mom.
Oh, Sucker Mom Bob.
His Karen bob, yeah. Like he's
That
kind of
looks
halfway
good,
to
huh?
Karen bob right there.
Okay, but he looks bomb with a shaved head too, and like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I like when he
I
has
just
that.
don't find him that attractive. I don't know.
Okay, he's not for everybody. He's for me.
And then certain I don't know if it's like photos or movies, like the skin pitted.
Well, see, that's
No,
what I
it's
like
just-
about him is he's not perfect, and he has a little
And I'm just saying, to me, I don't find him
rugged-
attractive.
well, I mean, I fell in love with him in what Legend of the Falls when I was, I don't know how old I was, 10.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom was like,
So
we're gonna watch this movie,
my
and I'm like,
Legend of the Falls was Kevin Costner in Robin Hood.
Yes. Oh, Robin
Was
Hood.
it Robin Hood? Dances with Wolves. What was it?
oh,
Where he's
yeah,
under the waterfall.
Isn't that that's Quaid?
you want your guy
I
in the
think it was
waterfall?
Dances
Huh?
with Wolves.
Who's that for, Rebecca?
Justin
James
Hartley.
Harris.
Whatever.
Hey, let me just pop out
Or
in
James
mine.
Harris.
Mine's
Oh,
not
that could be
any.
a good James Harris.
This is what
He's
I
just
had.
way too good looking for that
Yes.
James.
When I think of
Ooh,
a gorgeous
yay, there's
actor, that's what I
another.
think of.
Yay. Okay, so you have Melanie Linsky as Patricia. She could.
She has the same kind of demeanor, like that, almost like Gyllenhaal. you
Yeah,
know?
they're kind of like similar acting, I feel like. Yeah.
Timid, but can lash out if they need to.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. That's who I pictured for James.
Yeah, it was Robin Hood.
Interesting.
I had to look it up.
Okay, Vera Farmiga. What is her name? How do you say it? That's the one
Oh, her.
who played Norman Bates' mom. She said her as Patricia. I just feel like she's
Okay.
all too old, but that's just a cultural thing. Like, you know, when you just like kind of figure an age in your head and then you can't see them outside of it.
I had
Right, let's-
other people, but then I remembered like she had a fuller figure. So, but a lot of people were very. What was that?
I think you
Okay.
win. You win for Miss Mary. I think Shirley MacLaine could play Miss Mary so well. I still think Cloris Leachman is too fucking nuts to play anything but Anne Savage, but I like Shirley MacLaine a lot. That's a good choice. Okay, go on.
We have so I have that Michael for James Harris. I don't know. I knew everybody was going the John Hames route, so I was just trying to give alternative. Because I picked that guy
I
for
thought
Carter.
Viola Davis too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her too.
I thought of her too, but I thought she was a little bit too strong of a character. Like you needed somebody that could play a little bit more subtle and not like Viola would be out there like fucking in the forest herself trying to hunt down a killer, you know?
I agree. I like Adina Carter. She's beautiful and strong and could definitely play this pissed off mom who's like, get your shit together. Why do we have to wait
Because
until
she's played those like really pissed off and does it good.
you do a good job? Mm-hmm.
She seems
You
too
are.
young
Okay.
to me, but maybe
Who?
it's just that picture.
Which
Adina
one?
Well, I
Carter,
mean,
she seems
yeah,
too
she
young.
still has kids that are, you know.
But she's I'm going
Aren't
based
her
off
kids like
of
teenagers. They're older kids, aren't
well,
they?
I'm going based off on some of the she's done roles of looking older and looking like really
Okay.
like
Yeah, I think it's just this picture.
yeah. I wanted to pick a nice picture of her. I could have picked a
Yeah.
picture that would have
I did not pick the photo that like tells you why we picked them.
I
No.
guess we could have done that.
Probably could have. Yeah, like this is why I picked Shirley
Yeah.
MacLaine. How fucking nuts she looks. She looks like she's lost her mind. And this is why I picked Cloris Leachman. I could have picked one where she was screaming "fuck you" at somebody trying to take her picture, but I didn't.
And then Vincent, I hated him
I
in
can't-
Mad Men. That's why I picked him more so than the
He would
other
be a
Mad
good
Men guy.
He looks like a doctor that would cheat on his wife
Yeah.
a lot, and then like put her in a crazy hospital, and then blame her for their kid doing a drug.
Mm-hmm.
And then still not even knowing that that's not what happened or went down, and not ever caring. And then his kids don't want to pick him to live with. Fuck
Right.
yeah, that's his face all the way. I would
That's smug.
love his-
He looks smug in that photo.
He does. He looks like a pissy dad. Ugh.
Yeah. And Carter is definitely smug.
Yeah. Okay, Cheryl Hines. I couldn't see what your pick for her was though. I can't read it.
I forget. Let me see. What does it say?
Is
Oh,
that
I
for
have
Kitty?
Slick.
Oh, Slick. Okay. Slick had to be blonde. We heard about her blonde pubes. So. Cheryl Hines. Interesting. She sounds like she could be in this world.
I think that's why I just picked them, just because I maybe not pick the right character for them, but I felt like they would be in the book
They
club.
would fit in.
Yeah.
With this like group of women. Yeah, I agree. And don't forget, these women still have to like meet together for book club. So they got to sort of get along. Sort of.
Oh,
Kristen
they're frenemies.
Chenoweth, Corey.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
The show where
Kristen
the mom
Chenoweth
wanted
and
money.
I could maybe see these two, Mrs. Green.
Yes.
And
Oh my
What's
god.
that?
I know who
I
you're
love
talking
this damn
about.
show. Bad Girls.
Oh, is that?
or Good Girls.
Bad Girls. Good Girls. Good Girls.
That's what it is.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that show's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Good Girls. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that show really is great.
Oh, Ruby Hill would be a good Miss Green too. From that show.
Yeah, she could too.
Mm,
There's something else. What the fuck was it?
I gotta look up Ruby Hill. I'm not.
I think
Oh.
if you're gonna spin it like a dark comedy, like what Good Girls is, then yeah. But if it's like a real like dramatic, serious movie, then I don't know. I don't.
I
think
can't take
she'd
it as
fit
serious.
Oh my god, Ashley, you're so right. I definitely could see that for Marjorie. Anna, you picked her a few times for some of these characters.
Yeah, I hate
so
that
I
bitch. Yep. Every
Yeah.
character I can't stand is who she ends up being.
So Marjorie is it for this book. Oh my god, I love it. There was something else that I was trying to say. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, how about the Halloween went down and the women stay home and hand out candy while the men get to go trick-or-treating with their red Solo cup.
Yes, I was like, you know what? Honestly, I would like a town like that where I could just kid trick or treats and you just put out your cup, just top it
Thank
off.
you.
It's like,
That sounds cool.
right?
Trick-or-treating would be
Am I the
awesome.
only one
How
that
do
would
we-
be okay sitting at home passing out candy? Sounds like a fucking treat to me. Go walk around the neighborhood.
Well,
and I'm
get my
gonna sit my
steps
ass
in,
right
get my
here.
drinks in.
We're also all not at the age yet. Not exactly anyway, where we do just get to sit at home. We're still taking our kids trick-or-treating. So we're not at like the sit at home and pass it out stage. I would love to be at the sit at home and pass it out stage. We tried to do that during COVID. Nobody came. I was there with like a fucking cauldron of candy and nobody to give to. And I was on.
Because you have to sit out on your sidewalk. Nobody's gonna walk up.
We walked
fun
all
as
the
you
way
think.
down to the street.
Oh, you did.
I have the
Okay.
longest fucking driveway. I may as well be in the middle of nowhere. The longest
Well,
driveway.
look
on
at
the
where
planet.
your house is.
Yeah, it's like 3-4 houses long, my driveway. So no, we walked our big old cauldron of candy to the street. Granted, we were all dressed up, so maybe people were
Okay,
just afraid.
look at where your house is.
Yeah, but not all driveways are like that in my area. Ours is the only one like that because they put it in like a really weird spot. Wow, on YouTube, we're really going hot.
How do we?
Our old neighborhood would pass out drinks to the grown-ups. Stop.
Oh, they did do that.
You mean in California when you're up north? I'm a little jealous.
I need to start a
I need
Facebook
to know where
page.
that is.
and-
Oh man. I don't even know where that is. Yes, it is. Yay. Our old neighborhood, our street was too dark, so hardly anyone would come. Ours is kind of dark and we're on like a weird curve. So anyways. All right. We'll do our giveaway. What was it again? Where is it? I did a
pull it up?
spinner earlier. So for all of you who showed up, your name was put in as many times as you showed up. And I did do the spinner earlier and then screenshotted it. So I added that here. Our giveaway one more time here is our copy of In Cold Blood with a glass of wine or a glass for wine and then a can of white and a can of red wines. And our winner is Jessica. Yay! Good job, Jessica. She's always here, so I'm sure that spinner was like, yeah, no problem. Just 400 times on there. Congratulations! You get a new book. Gotta love book club for that, huh?
Don't let it interfere.
Right?
Don't let it interfere.
Yeah, hopefully you don't hate reading books about true crime.
Christmas is coming.
I don't know if you
Everybody's
guys know, but In Cold Blood
I don't know,
was
honestly.
written to help solve an actual cold case.
Like secretly written to help it?
Secretly written, yeah. So it was written as like a discovery story first. Like he was writing it and was like learning about it along the way, and it actually led to
Ooh.
Oh, perfect.
the what is, oh my god, what is the person called?
Was that included in the book? Did they share that in the book, or do you have to like?
It is information, yeah. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, pretty neat.
Oh,
So
awesome!
if you look up the book, Truman Capote like wrote it, and it ended up
Killer?
leading to the best. Not a kill, yeah, like the like word, like not a
Perpetrator?
victim, but a perpetrator. Thank you, like thank you.
I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if that's what you were looking for.
killer. Exactly. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, it's a true crime, and a writer like wrote it and helped solve a case. Go figure. So Rebecca, when you're starting to write, just remember you could help solve a cold case.
Yeah, if I ever actually get around to doing it.
Yeah, well, you should.
I've been
You know what
talking
we
about it for
should do?
20 years. So
Yeah, we need to send you to do the writers retreat with Jess Lowry.
Oh yeah.
I would love that.
She does do that. She does a few of them a year too. That would be epic. And she does them in different areas. We'll look into that for you. We're gonna need to. Yay, I'm super excited about this. So congratulations, Jessica. I'll be sending that out this week with a few extra bugs. You're lucky, like I said, it wasn't a hissing cockroach because that was considered. It was considered. Yes. Oh yeah, she has the overseas one. She does.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that checks a couple boxes for me, actually.
See,
Love traveling.
absolutely. You know, we can talk about something. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just skip to cut to. How was everyone's week? Whoops. There we go. How was everybody's week? What did everybody do this week?
This week, school, driving,
School and driving.
school,
Mhm.
and driving.
School and driving. Okay. That sounds
Although, I did come across this photo. The neighbors were having a party, and they had like a really big party a few months ago, and so they let us know like, hey, we're having another party. Won't be as crazy. And then they start saying, "Hey, they're actually asking about your husband," and they shared a photo with me that they took because the crazy party that they had, he went over to see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he looked like, and this is the photo that they have of him. That's a chicken. He brought a chicken into the party.
He walked over to check on the party with a chicken in his arms.
It's not doing it justice. I'm going to share this photo. I was cracking up. How do I? Let me take off.
Wow. Only Houston.
It was like a chicken and cigar. I'm going to dim it down.
Oh my. A chicken and a cigar. Oh, there it is. There it is. He literally walked in with a cigar and a chicken. Is he?
And they're like, yeah, they're asking where the guy with the chicken is.
Oh my God. They just like sent this to you and they were like, hey, so guess what showed up at our place?
That's funny.
Oh, fucking Houston.
So
Oh
that
my
was
God.
like, I'll say that's the highlight of my week is finding that photo.
Oh my
I don't know what
goodness.
I would be more upset about, the fact that my husband went to a party without me, or that he took a chicken as his date instead of me.
Oh no, he went. I was in the alley. I was in the alley, like finding what was going on because there's girls going crazy, and then he went into the yard, like just
Was the
wandering.
chicken to like defend himself with if it got rowdy, or
I don't know. I think just to cause confusion.
humor?
I think just to cause
Andy.
confusion.
I am gonna need a chicken now, even though I hate live chickens as much as I hate cookies.
Well,
Oh.
wow. Oh my God, you're
That's
killing
funny.
everybody about. Okay, let's see. Jessie said her week's been good, but dealing with some shit. Well, then it was the perfect time to win our giveaway. Yay. We'll
Yep.
send you some wine on the hush hush. Because no, of course we don't do that. We got snow last night.
Ooh,
Is it
Dang.
really the time
that's
of
the
year
first snow.
already? First snow. Let's see. Kids and Manny have been sick off and on.
Ooh,
Desiree is
That's so fun.
exhausted.
new baby and everybody's sick.
Not a rabbit.
Yeah.
Hey, it showed up.
Cute.
You actually
What
go
kind?
get it. Your mail doesn't show up with everyone's ordered pets.
What kind of rabbit is it? Is it gonna be like a big rabbit, like those? Was it the Angora ones are like huge, right? What kind of rabbit is it? A big one, little one?
Desiree said Houston's ADHD got the best of him.
It always does.
Okay, she said we went and picked it up. That's good. Better not to let your mail handlers take care of that one.
I don't need another box,
No.
crimson box.
Box
I
of
love lap bunnies.
a Holland.
We had one.
Do Holland lops are those the ones with like the really long ears?
I gotta look it up.
Like with the really long ears? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. She's so sweet. What is her name? Did you guys name her already?
Oh yeah, they are the floppy.
Okay, Rachel, you watched my best friend's exorcism. Bomb.
I think I'm gonna watch that tonight.
I really want to. You know what? I think I'll join you. I'm gonna watch it tonight too.
Wait, it's on Hulu. Is that it?
Yeah, whatever you call it. What do you call it? Because Hulu does like the Halloween. And then when I see them put Huluween every time this time of year, I can't read it that way. I don't read Halloween, I read Halloween. So then I'm like, are they hella?
Are we saying it wrong? I gotta know.
Hella. That's what I'm gonna go. I don't know. It's on Amazon anyway.
I'm
Oh,
gonna be
okay,
able to
good.
unhear that now.
Tell us this. She said it like 3 times tonight, I think too.
Well, that's good. I don't
This
have.
is like, y'all are not listening to me.
She's like, go ahead, see if it fucking shows up on there. All right. Our new pet's name is Cookie. Ooh, cute. I'll post a picture of her.
Please, I was gonna ask that.
Ooh.
Vanessa, I'll trade with you.
Right, and it fucking hurts. Wow.
I'll trade you my pet chicken that doesn't exist for your pet rabbit that doesn't exist, and you can deal with it pecking you in the legs while I get the nice soft bunny. So
It's for Emily's
Okay.
fourth grade project. Is it like a
Oh,
permanent
4-H?
pet, or is it like when, like, oh, it's your kid's turn to take home the pet this week during our school year? Because we had that growing up, where like there was a class pet,
And
and
everybody
then
got
like
him for a
everybody
month.
had to take turns, like for a week or so, taking care of it, or
Or
2
the
weeks.
weekend. They
taking
got
care
him
of
for the weekend.
it. Yeah, stuff like that. Right.
Or no,
Right.
vacations.
Those,
Usually.
yeah, weekends and vacations. Yeah.
I think she's saying 4-H. Like it's like a club where you raise. It's a. I don't know. How
Oh
to
yes,
explain
you
it. You
homeschool.
raise animals.
Right.
Oh, I have heard
It's
about that.
Future Farmers of America. Thank
Yes,
you.
I know about
Anna.
that.
Look at this.
Somebody
Just
told me
showing
about
up
that.
fucking with the brain. Thank you for that.
We need
I
it.
think, let me see here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I need to check into that. Somebody told me about that a while ago. Until I forgot about it.
Oh my goodness. So Anna's obviously sick of her internet tonight, so she's not gonna. It's a club for animals. Ah, all right. She said y'all just need a Tamagotchi. They don't bite. I
They
consider
poop
getting
too
one.
much. I feel like
How much they cost now. Have you seen them? They're like $50.
I don't know, but well, inflation. But Tamagotchis poop way more than real animals.
That's probably true. My kid is welding. Wow.
That's really
It's
cool.
I'm not a good homeschool mom yet. I need tips, pointers, clearly. High schoolers. Oh, 4-H is not. Look, y'all can go back and forth. I have no clue. Has all types of groups. Very cool. Agriculture in general, but the one we're in is animals. Okay.
I have a history audio if you want to borrow for the kids when you're in the car.
Tamagotchi is $15 at Walmart.
Well,
maybe
there's different variations. There's like full picture. There's like the OG ones. It depends on how fancy you want to get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Interesting.
I like the nanos better than the Tamagotchi.
I loved Tamagotchi. I thought it was bomb. I was like, look, we can't have pets where we live, so this is just awesome.
Well, the nanos were like animals. Tamagotchi was like a thing, right?
She said we got
It was like a little
Furbies.
plastic disc or something.
yeah.
Those things are so creepy.
I had a Furby. It looked like it had giraffe fur looking like.
I did not have.
I really liked Gizmo, so I got a Furby to kind of fulfill my not having a Gizmo in my life needs. It was not. It did not. I was not happy.
Architecture class, lovely. Homeschool mom outsourcing. Well, there you go. You are killing it then. All you homeschool moms, there are so many in our book club. How crazy is that? I mean, there were not a lot of homeschool kids growing up for me. Like, I didn't know anyone who was homeschooled.
I did. I knew a good amount. And that's why I was scared to homeschool at first. Until I saw what they became and what, like, the aftermath of it all. Lots of good.
Oh, so like outcomes were all good from everyone.
All good. I've never seen a negative outcome.
Hey, that's really good.
Like there was awkward years.
Zero frame of reference except for, like the news where like homeschool kids are just children whose parents are abusive and don't want them to actually be seen in public.
Oh, like the Disneyland
That's like
family.
my only frame of reference for like homeschooling.
There was a homeschooling family in the Midwest, I think it was, where they taught their kids what's the language in Star Trek?
You're not for real.
No.
Klingon?
They were like Klingon.
Fucking
Yes, they
Klingon.
that was their second language. These kids were like they were the shelter kids. So they spoke English and Klingon,
Great.
knew very little of the world, but it was a legit thing. It's crazy.
Oh my god. See?
They're like
These
in the
are
mountains somewhere.
Wow. All right, let's see. I'm an ex-homeschool mom. My kids are back in public school this year. Right. Well, you guys just did a major move and then you went back to school. So I feel like would be a difficult time to continue that. Nessun and Rachel are my homeschool inspirations. That's so cool. There are those terrible homeschool people out there. And they are scary. Okay, so you now do like half and half. Yeah, you can't take 15 credits and homeschool. I want to say.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
I want to homeschool, but I'm not patient. I thought I was really fucking patient until I started homeschooling. Like I really had patience for it, and then it turned out that like both my kids having ADHD really fucks with my ADHD.
After 3rd or 4th grade, they start doing self. So it's just like a handful of years that test your patience, and then
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's only like about 4 years.
Yeah. Are boys versus girls? Has anyone noticed like difference in homeschooling boys versus girls? Just wondering, out of curiosity. Desiree said, "Fuck it, just unschool." Yeah, that's totally different. Probably better for some people's patience too. Sophia's in public school. Emily is homeschooling. All right. I'm not a patient person either.
I've had my moments of screaming and yelling and walking out. And when Houston was not at home, I'd text him like, "Today is not a day." And I'd walk out the house. But then we've had a lot of amazing days too.
Yeah. I know a lot of our gals. I've had 4 girls, and then my son, he's the hardest, but has the worst ADHD. See, that's what I was wondering too. If like it's harder because they have ADHD, or if just homeschooling is that hard anyway. Because mine both do have it. And the parts of ADHD that bother me are really odd. So
and ADHD looks different in boys and girls. It shows up differently.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one that has ADHD and dyslexia. So that's been a challenge of being very patient.
I'm actually wondering if Bella has dyslexia, but like, how am I supposed to figure that out?
You'll figure it out. You'll realize when they're not retaining. Because I had a hunch, and I had a hunch with it's Coco. I had a hunch in preschool and kindergarten, and I was talking to the teachers. I'm like, hey, I'm noticing she's not like getting it. And the biggest thing also is not to compare your children with each other.
Yeah.
Because
that's homeschool or regular school.
Well, yeah, it's
universal.
No matter what. But like when you can't like, oh, well, like even quietly in your mind, like we were here at this point, then that's the beauty of homeschool is everybody can be on their own pace. Yeah. And that's what I really enjoy about it. We need to speed up, we need to slow down. But with Coco in preschool and kindergarten, I was asking the teachers, and the preschool was like, "Oh, she's still young." In kindergarten, because I start 1st grade, kindergarten, it was, she's just really focusing on playing. And then when I had started doing the schooling with her, I'm noticing that she's not recognizing. Like every time she sees something, she sees it like she's seeing it for the first time.
Oh my God, Bella must have.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
So when she was,
and that's like even her own fucking name.
Yeah. Well, like reading, like she's like, we're reading and like sight words doesn't work because you just read that word, just the line up. And she's looking at it like, No, this is totally new. That's where like I learned like, okay, if I get like I gotta step away for a moment. Snack time.
So, I mean, Bella's only 5, and she's still like kind of younger in that way. And she just turned 5, so she wouldn't even. I think she would officially qualify for being in kindergarten this year. So we're kind of starting it that way anyway. But we did do like all last year of like a kind of preschooling for her, so she learned all these things. But it's still as if she never did.
Yeah.
Watching her do things sometimes, it makes me feel like I've not done a thing with her so far, and I'm like, maybe I'm just shitty at like homeschooling. Like maybe I'm just really bad at this. Or is there something extra going on? Because I cannot tell you how many times you can repeat 3 things to her,
Oh yeah.
3 letters in a row, and she'll mix them up every time. And I'm like, why? Why? Does she
Somebody
even
get-
hear dyslexically? Is that even fucking possible?
And then if somebody can help me out, there's dyslexia, and then there's the numbers is something else. It's called. There's another name for it, and I always forget it. But it's, and then I'm not even going on. There's so much.
Yeah, Bella's 5. So
Oh, thank you, Anna.
well, you know, when you look at like what your kids are supposed to be doing for their
Vanessa
age,
and Anna know what I was talking about.
they don't do it, then it's like, is it because of me? Like, would she be doing better if she were in school?
Well, no, because you can
Don't even do
take your
real school.
time
That's
in
just
school.
what we
We're
want.
we're not
That's-
doing
we
real
always
school.
think that
Per se.
But in
regardless
school,
of what
they
it
would be
is.
doing one thing, and they'd move on, and they wouldn't wait for her.
No, that's what I was
Mm.
wondering too. She would definitely, I feel like, okay, dyscalculia, dysgraphia.
Yeah.
There are a couple of different ones. It's interesting. She memorizes. It's funny. She can look at like a group of items and tell you how many there are before anybody else. Like I would sit there counting them, and she'd be like, "That's 7," or "There's 12 in that," and I'm
Mhm.
like, "How can you see that?" But she still can't recognize like A, B, C, D.
Yeah, that was Coco and Samus. So I am being very patient with Samus, and Colette has it down now. It took a lot longer
Mm-hmm.
because Anara, you give it to her, she's just like boom, boom, boom. Colette, it has to like she's just retaining it a different way.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know, because it's like I guess there are, like, if you were part of like the homeschool groups, like you would have these other people that you can like discuss these things with, and you would know kind of more where your kids are at. And since we're just still kind of starting out and it's still new to us, we don't really have like that kind of conglomerate of people to really. Obviously, I do in my book club because all of you bitches have been doing this forever. So it's like I do have like a whole group of people I can like refer back to with questions. I need to just remember that I can like have like a please tell me what the fuck is going on with my kid post.
The other thing with the homeschooling, a lot of homeschooling people is I will say the girls grade based on their age, but a lot of the homeschooling community don't give grades. They don't like to like, oh, they're in this grade. Oh, because you're at this math, and because people are like, okay, so you're doing this and you're doing that.
Right. Leo was asking about that. He said, "What grade am I in?" I was like technically you're in 2nd grade.
So I do that just for sanity of people, because I'm not gonna say, oh, well, in math they're this and they're no. You want to know what age they are by asking their grade, and then I'll.
Oh my
say
God,
that.
Rachel, that's amazing. That also goes to show, like your strengths can lie in other areas, and traditional schooling is not going to help them, guide those in any decent direction. That's really cool.
That's cool.
They told me people with ADHD more often than not also have another learning disorder. That's good to know. Read and play. Don't stress out about formal education. You guys are the best. Fuck. What like a lift off my goddamn shoulders right now. I cannot tell you. Desiree doesn't do grading. She's been kind of like my guide up to this point because she's the one that I've known before you did, Dominique, about homeschooling, even though I think officially you started that before she did. I'm not sure. or right around the same time.
I was always going to do it. I always
Mhm.
pushed for it.
Yeah. So we didn't do any of that like grading stuff, but Leo just kind of asks, I think. And then like pretty much once or twice a week, Bella will piss me off and I just ask her if she wants to go back, like go to regular school. Is that like a bad thing? Should I stop doing that? I'm like, look, if you keep doing this to mom, I don't have to be your teacher.
So I do like with
Like,
math.
Am I gonna like damage her by saying like I don't have to be your fucking teacher if this is how you're gonna treat me? I'll just send you to school. Bad. Okay.
Oh no, we all have our moments.
Isn't that one if I want?
do.
Or take that.
I do it. I do it. It depends. Everything's situational to me. If it works in situation.
Okay, Dominic was way before you. Okay, until Lily. Yeah, Lily does. I agree with Does. I think Lily might have a dyslexia or something along those lines.
But she's really bright and very like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it would be. I would not be surprised if there isn't something else. She said guilty. Okay, good to know. I'm gonna keep using that one. I'm like, anybody else's 5-year-old just scream.
oh yeah.
Like she's sitting there and she'll be tracing whatever she's tracing. Numbers, letters, doesn't fucking matter. And by the way, she cannot write a number after tracing it. It's physically impossible. She'll trace the same number 400 times, and the second she has to write it once on her own,
Yeah. That's
it looks
Samus.
like an alien wrote it.
Mhm.
It makes fucking sense. But anyways, she'll like trace it and trace it. And I'll be like, okay, can you write a 2? She'll go like this. She'll just slash across the paper. And I'm like, clearly that's not you writing a 2. Can you just write your own 2? Just once. I want to see it. You've been practicing. It'd be really awesome if you could try one on your own. She'll be like, yay! And fucking gets like pissed. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. I'm not doing this. Why do people homeschool? I don't understand it. This is fucking nuts. That's how I think. Numerous times a day when I have to teach her, specifically her. Outsource high school math and science and English after 9th. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that shit. Yeah, they're already learning stuff I will never learn.
So my girls do on Wednesdays. There's this program where you can. It's what do they call themselves? They're not a school or whatever. They're a. I forget how they word it.
Like
But
an
they're-
enrichment program of some kind?
Yeah, an enrichment program. But they focus on history.
Oh, okay.
And so I send my girls, and this is Samus's first year doing it as in kindergarten. So they all go there. It's a full day, from 8:45 to 2:45, and their whole focus is history, and history and art. So they'll do the art that is complementary to the time frame in the history and all that. So it's a lot of history and art. They have a lot of mediums of art that I just wouldn't have at home, so that leaves a burden off of me from not focusing on history. And it's a curriculum I love as well that they use. So there are groups that will do that, and it kind of gives me I have one day a break, which is
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And
it's just hard. It's just hard to like find the right groups and to know where to look. And then, my children have never been babysat by a stranger.
Well, see, that was my other.
Only family has ever watched them, and only close family.
Well, that's why I like this.
They have their health stuff, with their medical issues. And so that's like kind of why I have an issue trying to like outsource anything, because I'm not going to go and leave my kid. Like, I'll bring my kid and I'm going to be that mom that like stays at the party for no reason. Like,
well, yeah. And then you can do
my kids off to do. It's
you
just
volunteer, help out.
You. So, yeah. But you guys are amazing. What a great source for like homeschooling moms in general, like just all the different things that like parents go through when homeschooling their kids, or even just dealing with like kids who have different like learning, um, disabilities and stuff and are in public school versus whatever. Mine is screaming currently, which means he's barely hurt, but he's going to act like his arm is missing, which he does. Is that everyone's 7-year-old son or just mine?
I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah. You should have seen what happened in the car today. Oh, fuck me. We're driving home from my mom's today. Some motherfucker stops, stupid, not paying attention right in front of us. So CJ slams on the brakes, goes to the side, totally normal, right? Leo screams bloody murder. If that car was not going to cause the accident, it was going to be his sound. Bloody murder. Oh my God. I thought we were going to die. I thought we were going to die. What the fuck? All he did was like step hard on the brakes. Oh, we were going to die. I'm so sorry, Mom. And he's just bawling in the backseat. Then my guilt kicks in and I'm like, please stop crying. It's a day. Y'all complaining to your friends about your kids while homeschooling makes me feel so much better about myself.
So that's what Kaylin says. So you guys seen Sits on the Couch? Her and I, we're the throughout the day of the home of our, because we homeschooled simultaneously with our eldest.
Who?
Sits on Couch.
Oh, yes. She is. I forgot you guys did homeschool.
Julie, yeah. So
Right.
yeah, her and I started at the same time. So we have like our little just funniness of like, this is what's going on.
What's going on today?
And you
Oh
need
my
that. You need that community to know you're
Yeah.
not crazy. That your kids aren't crazy.
Yeah, because you start to like give yourself this negative feedback loop because you feel like I'm doing this wrong. I'm not doing
Yeah.
enough. I'm doing too much. Whatever. Like you start to overanalyze every little thing that you do, and you need to bounce it off somebody so they can be like, "You're not crazy. This is normal. What your child is doing is normal for their age." And then what that feedback loop is replaced with, "Oh, okay, this isn't
You know
so
what?
bad."
And then what else I
Yeah.
remind myself when I was in public school, remember like it was supposed to be a certain thing that day, but the lights turned off and a TV got wheeled into the room.
Okay.
Was rolled in. Yeah.
You're like, what? We got to watch a documentary? The teacher that day was
Right.
probably exhausted. And I've been exhausted on days. It's like, you know what?
Right.
It's documentary day today. We're going to watch a documentary.
We're gonna watch March of the Penguins, kids.
That's
Get
what we're going to do
comfortable.
today.
You can wear your pajamas.
Fucking brilliant.
Mhm.
So, like, our kids all have their iPads, and mine only have access to kids' YouTube, and then I block everything that I don't like the sound of.
Mhm.
And they have Khan Academy Kids on their stuff, and they've got like ABC Mouse. They've pretty much got it all. So basically, they unschool. They teach themselves pretty much all day long. We'll be in between like something we're doing, and I'll hear the other one who's learning about like some fucking animal in like Madagascar, and I'm like, oh fuck, you're like teaching yourself and shit. Like you guys don't even need me. Just take over. Fuck it.
Well, the other thing is too,
Okay.
you gotta remember, you don't remember everything you learned in elementary school, and it's not about that. And somebody gave me this analogy, and I really liked it. They were talking about, kids were talking about like, I'm not going to use this math in life, and they're like, so they use the analogy of a football player. Well, how do they train? They train by lifting weights. They train by doing this. Do they ever do that in a game? No.
Right.
They don't, do lift weights or whatever. No, they're training their body.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're training your brain. You may not use that, method or that movement, but you're building and you're strengthening your brain. That's the purpose for it. So as long as they're strengthening it and they're building it, they may not use that particular thing.
Yeah.
But it's growing. And that's the main objective.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's good to like kind of
But I love that analogy.
Yeah, that's a good one. What do you remember from elementary school? I can remember significant things that I learned. One, in 4th grade, I learned that Maya Angelou was not who I should have been reading at 9 years old. I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings is the first thing I can remember pretty much learning in elementary school. I cried through that entire book, cried, and I don't regret it, not one regret. And I wrote a paper about it. And I remember my teacher saying, when you chose that book, and I went to a Christian private school. She's like, when you chose that book, I was really unsure, Tasha. Like, are you really sure that's the one that you want to pick of all of the books that you can choose from this year? And I was like, yeah, this is the one I want to do. And I did it, and I fucking cried throughout an entire book. It was horrible.
What grade was that?
Horrible meaning my feelings were horrible. The book was amazing. I was in 4th grade. I was 9.
Okay.
And then I got in trouble for, some science-y thing in 5th grade. And then in 6th grade, I found my love for the Phantom of the Opera. And that was what I learned. I'm just kidding. I don't remember anything that I actually learned. I mean, obviously it prepared me for like junior high and high school. And, in elementary school, we were doing like college. We were using college books because it was a private school. So they use college books from 4th grade up. So that's probably why we're advanced in reading. But anyway, I don't remember anything I actually learned other than those few things. That was it.
Exactly.
That
So
you should always wear shorts if you're going on the monkey bars.
So
Same
and
as
that's the thing is like when the kids later on and you're asking them questions, they don't know it or they can't tell you what you taught them. It doesn't mean they didn't gain something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Although they do need another numbers and letters eventually, but they
yeah,
will. But they will. There's no bet. Yeah, they will in their own time.
Yeah, well, it's definitely for Bella going to be in her own fucking time. She has no comparison to Leo, who was 1.5. And we, those like foam letters and numbers you can put in your bathroom on the wall, they come off and stuff. Oh my God. No, he must not have been. He just started standing and like walking along things. And he was late for that. So he must have been like maybe 13 months. Had them all memorized. You could put up any fucking letter and he knew exactly what it was.
But he was your first where you could talk about that and he could focus on that.
He's not though. Aiden is my first. That little motherfucker who's 20. No, and that's
but they have a good age gap.
It's 12 years. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a gap.
So when he was little, there's nobody you can focus on that. And then now Bella sees him goofing around. And she's like, oh, that looks fun.
So I homeschooled them at different times. I don't do it together because they will not focus at all. So I do like one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. Or I'll do like one portion of the morning with you, one portion of the morning with them, and then I take a fucking break and then switch it up again for the afternoon and then take another fucking break. But this is interesting. So Leo has been able to carry conversations since he could speak. He has sounded like he's like at least 5 years beyond his age because of it. Everyone's like, wow, he's really smart. He must be in whatever grade in school and blah, blah, blah. His teachers must love him. I'm like, his teacher has a hard time. So she says. Came home from Peter and told my son the Lost Boys were played by girls. He said, oh, like the opposite of ancient Greek theater. Oh, oh my gosh, Rachel. That was like proud mom. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so super news. CJ and I bought a house. Yay, first one ever. It's big shit.
I did hear about it from my dad.
40. Shut the fuck up. Your dad told you? So you guys know that her dad is my grandmother's hairstylist. And my grandmother also told my mom and my brother before we did. She was living with us for that week. So she stayed with us for the week that it happened. It happened 2 weeks ago. We put an offer on a house. A few days later, they accepted it. We went back and forth with all the shit. It was like officially
really exciting.
accepted. We started escrow on Monday. But my grandmother had told my mom and brother,
And my dad.
and your dad, before I could tell pretty much anybody. I wanted to wait until we were actually in escrow and like everything was like all set and we like signed papers. But we're moving to Marietta for a short term. We're gonna call it 5 years because it's not my ideal place to live. Anywhere away from water makes me nervous.
But I
Going to
heard
a
you have water.
We do. We're getting a pool. Fuck yeah. Are you kidding?
Which
Could you live without a pool down in like the Temecula Marietta area? Thank you, bitches. It's gonna
you
be
are going to
wonderful.
be in that pool. And
We're
that's
gonna live
awesome.
in it. And it's a saltwater pool. They converted it last
Oh,
year.
that's nice.
Or
That
no,
makes a
this
big
year they
difference.
converted it. I feel like I personally prefer a saltwater pool. But so many people hate it.
No, I like it. I've been in saltwater pools. They're good. I don't know
I
why
feel
they
like
hate
it's
it.
better for your skin.
Your hair.
Where's your sister again, Caitlin? I feel like you told me.
It's better for your hair too.
Well, not my hair. My hair is, I need a haircut because again,
No. The saltwater pool is better for your hair than chlorine is.
Oh, in comparison. Okay. I mean, it converts. Good night, babe. Love you. It converts itself technically to chlorine, but well, yeah, it is better for your skin. Okay. So yeah, grandmas are great for spilling the beans. But yeah, so we get this house, right? Doing all the paperwork. I'm at Anna's and I was hoping Anna would still be on for this. So I'm doing the paperwork all digitally. I don't, for all of you who have bought a house, you know how many signatures are required. It's 1 million.
Oh, it is no fun.
I don't get a hand cramp. I didn't even get a finger cramp just tapping sign here. Right? And it inputs your stuff. So I'm going through all of this. And I'm at Anna's house the other day while they sent yet another round of paperwork. Well, this paperwork includes, how would you like your name to appear on the deed? And Anna and I get a wild hair up our ass. And she goes, uh-huh. CJ shit, by the way. She goes, you should put Lady Tasha.
Oh, you
my
should.
God,
You have
I forgot
that.
about that.
So if you guys remember, last year when we read Snobs, I officially applied for a ladyship from Scotland. I have official paperwork that declares me lady. So Anna says, you should put that on your paperwork. And I was dying. So I didn't do it because I'm not stupid. But I did tell CJ I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was fired up. And I let it go for a very long time. Like way longer than I should, considering he has a heart condition. You know what I mean? So I'm texting him and I was like, hey, do you think it's cool that I put like Lady Tasha on our paperwork?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, why the fuck would you do that? And I was
Why
like, well,
not?
I have a ladyship and I have paperwork, a certified notebook of information that says I own a plot of land as a lady in Scotland. I have it. I can show it.
It's a title. It's a legit title.
It's a legit title. Anna is tickled. She's sitting right next to me at the time as I'm going on about this. She's just dying. And she was like, well, what about Elton John? And I was like, yes. So I'm texting CJ and I was like, well, do you think that Elton John just says Elton John on his driver's license and not Sir Elton John? And he was like, if he got one in California, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's not legal. You can't do that. And I was like, well, I have the official paperwork that says that I can. So
And it asks, what do you want?
Why don't you upload it and send it to them if they ask? What the fuck?
Now, so in the end, is it?
No, I am going on and on about all these analogies about sir and lady and whomever else who might have whatever on their license, and he's like, it's not possible. It's illegal paperwork. It's not legally on your shit. I was like, well, I guess we're gonna see what happens then.
So is it?
So I let it go. I drive home. I call my mom and I tell her all about it. She snorts in laughter, dying. I was like, I should tell Des, but I think I'm gonna save it for Sunday. So Des is just finding out right now. She's like, you bitch. So it goes on. So, anyways, I get home and I was like, so what do you think? Like, are you just jealous that I didn't get you a lordship? He's like,
Maybe that was it. Was that it?
you know damn well that if I pulled some shit like this, you would be furious. You wouldn't think it was funny at all. And I was like, are you just trying to like hold it together? Do you think it's funny? He's like, it's mildly amusing. I'm having a little bit of heart palpitations about it. And I was like, well,
Because he
maybe
is jealous.
send in my official ladyship to Gisela and let her know that it is like an official title. And he was like, okay, well, maybe I should do that. Like, so that she can at least see that, like, even if it may be funny, like it
It's
is
legit.
a paperwork that's like slightly legit, even though it's not legal. He's like, this is a legal paperwork. I was like, okay, but for everything else that's legal, they have my legal name. This is just what I want it to appear as on
That's
the
what they
deed.
asked. It asked, what do you want it to appear, right?
How do you want it to appear on the
Yeah,
deed?
I could have said just put Tosh on there.
But you know what's great? It's like it's all public records. So when people want to like look, like who's living there, it's gonna say
Lady
ladyship.
Tasha, right?
I was like,
So
who moved
anyway,
here?
I go on, and he is just stressed, and I can feel his stress. And he recently had a little issue with his heart where he had to go back on like some higher meds. So, ooh, what did you get delivered?
It's a stuffed pepper.
Ooh,
It's yummy.
in it?
It's like
It looks
rice and
delicious.
turkey and stuff.
Yum.
Some
Ooh,
candy,
and candy.
which came from Anna.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, cute.
Delivery. Nice.
Mm-mm.
Listening.
We're arguing about candy. Don't mind us.
It's candy. How could you
Well-
even argue? I mean, unless you're arguing that Snickers are not the best, because that's
No, we're arguing about where the candy came from.
Oh.
So
I
when
made
is
it. Des was asking who made it. I made it.
Oh.
I don't
So
cook very often.
when does escrow close?
So I said, well, I guess we'll just have to see. He's like, if they kick back our paperwork because of this and it pushes our timeline, I'm not going to be happy. And I was like, not happy or like it stresses you out? And he's like, well, if I'm being honest, it is incredibly stressful to think like we've come this far and like you thought you were funny. And like might have just pushed it even more. Like, what if they kick it back and then ask for more of something or try to change it because we have to restart? I was like, okay, fine.
So you took it off?
I was like, I mean, you could just like wait and see what happens. And he was like, I guess that's what we have to do. We'll just wait and see. And I was like, I'm sure it'll be fine. So for like 3 hours after I came home, I was like, it'll be fine. Like, don't worry. They're going to accept it. It's not a big deal. You'll see. Like, it'll be accepted. Nobody's going to say a word. And he's like, how would we know? It's fucking Friday. Like, they're not even going to get to it until Monday. So I was like, I probably can't let him go through this over the whole weekend. So I was like, I didn't actually do that. And he's like, I fucking knew Anna put you up to this. And I was like, okay, so like it might have been a very wonderful suggestion by my best friend. Might have been, as long as it didn't kill you. He's like, I for real thought I was gonna have to like send in this bullshit and then I was gonna make myself look stupid. I was like, can you
100%
imagine?
sounds like something Anna would say.
What if he like sent in my ladyship like out of nowhere for no reason at all?
Oh, that would be too
We've
funny.
been like, what is this?
Why?
Why are you sending us this?
My wife thought you might need to see it. For what?
Oh, that's too.
I was like, okay, I was 100% just like pulling this leg. Oh God, it was so fucking funny. Look at her. She's all best friend.
Well, we're
Ah.
super excited for this new adventure for you guys, and we're
Yeah,
excited to
we
see where it
will.
goes.
We're set to close November 30th.
Cool.
Yeah, if anybody needs a lender, Desiree's husband is currently the company he's working for, which is new for him. We're one of his first lendees, which is very exciting. So,
Very exciting for this new
like
adventure.
that, which is
Cool.
yeah. So we close November 30th, but the current owners, they are having like a downgrade house built because it's just the two of them now. They have like 5 or 6 kids and they're
Oh,
like
empty
obviously
nesters.
downsizing. Yeah, they're all grown and do whatever they do now. So they're downsizing, but their house isn't going to be finished until like February. So they asked if they could do a lease back. So we're doing that until February 1st, which we like because that gets us through the holidays when we're
You don't feel rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
don't feel
nice.
rushed. We can kind of take our time doing things, and we can also take Leo and Bella to New York City to see the family opera, which we are going to
Oh,
do.
he is gonna. Does he
Yeah.
know about it yet?
He
Or is it gonna be
does.
a
So
surprise?
we were
Oh,
talking about
that's
tickets for the
exciting.
Majestic Theater. We were talking about like the first week of December, and he came in. So I didn't get to have like a big fun surprise. I didn't get to like
Oh, he ruined
his
it.
reaction. It was so lame, but
Turd.
his reaction was fantastic. So we're gonna take him to see the opera on December 1st, but it's gonna
That's
be
exciting.
epic. Yeah. Yeah,
You
he's
have to
probably gonna dress like
record. You're gonna have to record his like before going in and like his
I'm
getting
gonna
out
have to
there.
bring gifts for everyone surrounding us to say I'm sorry for what you're about to experience,
No,
considering
it's
how
gonna be
exciting.
exciting.
He's gonna sing and act out everything.
Oh, it's gonna be
We're gonna
awesome.
have to try and tame him down like just a notch. So anyway, we will see you next Sunday. Yes, Jessica, don't forget next Sunday will be
Yes.
a unboxing. And Caitlin's sexy ass is gonna be joining us to bust her box open on live TV.
Oh,
I'll
that's
send
nice,
you
Desiree.
from my room. I love Des. Save me a pool lounger. Oh my god, that fool is taking his gorilla costume. I'm gonna have to bring a whole suitcase for his
Oh, that's
gorilla
cute.
because we are going to the Empire State Building and he will 100% be dressed like
Oh,
King
that's
Kong.
gonna be exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. Thank you, and congratulations to you for winning.
Yes,
I'm
congratulations,
excited
Jessica.
to send
Tell us
you.
about the book. Should we read the book?
Ooh,
I
yeah,
want
let
to
us
know.
once you read it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we all have basically a week off for Halloween. We're just gonna hang out, do our unboxing, and then we'll start Anna's book right after Halloween. I'm excited. We're going to England for her story. And it's a foodie book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of
Anna's
course.
book not being about food would be weird.
Yeah.
All her books around food of some sort, I feel like. So it's going to be awesome. Anyways, yeah, I can't wait to show you guys what Leo looks like in New York City. It's going to be pretty much epic. So, all right, everybody. It is the goodbye tour. Fuck you. If it's not on, it's you. I love you guys so much. There's always somebody, And anyways, well done. All right, bitches, we will see you next Sunday for our unboxing of the Sunday Lunch Club.
Yeah.
I think by Juliet Ashton. I think that's the name. That would be a super guess. Hopefully that's true.
I feel like it'd be a totally different spin of what we just read, but
Oh, we are going
we may
far
need
away.
that.
Far
We
away. Yeah,
may need
it's
that.
definitely a perfect like foodie. It's November coming up, so it's gonna be all about food. So it'll be perfectly timed, I think. So we shall see. And I can't wait for you guys to see what she put together for these boxes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
I'm
we're
excited.
staying in England for December because Dominique just announced her book, which
Going-
is Christmas Shopaholic.
Christmas shopaholic. We're going across the pond for a few months.
Yeah, we're gonna spend what, like 2 straight months in England. It's gonna be wonderful.
We did that. We did that last year too.
The
I think.
goodbye tour news. Yeah, I think we did also. Mhm.
All right. Well, good night, guys.
All right.
And
Good night, bitches. We'll see you on Sunday.
Night.
have happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Bye.
Yeah.